Hi everyone and welcome to Danka Praktik. Does your wood-burning stove spill smoke into the room? Is the fire always weak? Is there a problem to start the fire in the first place? If so, then this video might help find out what's causing this. Stay tuned.
Danka Praktik.
Before we start, we must mention our series of videos about how to use a wood-burning stove. You can see how to properly start and maintain a fire, cook on the stove, clean the stove, and much more. It's all closely related to what we're going to talk about here in this video, so it's well worth the watch. Link for the videos in the card in the corner or in the video description. A dirty and clogged stove. The first thing you should check when the stove is spilling smoke is when you've last cleaned the inner parts of the stove. In wood-burning stoves, over time, soot, dust, and filth caused by burning gather on all the inner surfaces. When there's too much soot buildup, the air circulation within it is blocked and the smoke cannot get out of the stove. Dirty pipes. Next, you should check the stove pipes. Just like with the stove, over time, soot sticks to the side of the pipes and creates layers and buildup, which then blocks the smoke from getting into the chimney. Dirty and clogged chimney. If the stove and pipes are clean, check the chimney. Check that there is a clean passageway to the top. If you see a big soot buildup, this substance is also known as creosote, and if the chimney is clogged, you may have found the reason for the problem. Because of these buildups, the smoke can't get out and returns into the stove. Know that creosote buildups are one of the most common causes of chimney fires, so this is one very good reason to clean it as soon as possible. When mentioning the chimney, know that the chimney height is very important. If the chimney is shorter than needed, you'll never have good air circulation within it, and the stove will never work properly and will spill smoke. Bad kindling. If you're starting a fire with kindling made from moist wood, dirty or moist cardboard or paper, or worse, some kind of plastic, the stove will probably start spilling smoke. Wet or moist wood. To avoid the stove from spilling smoke, best to use only seasoned wood. That would be wood that has been dry in the shed for at least a couple of months. With wet or moist wood, it's very hard to keep the fire going. The stove smokes, and because of this, the soot buildup in the stove, pipes, and chimney will double over time. Bad regulation of the stove vents. A common reason for the stove spilling smoke is not using the vent controls on the stove properly. In order for the fire to start, there must be proper airflow around the firebox. On most stoves, you have two main vent controls, one for opening the stovepipe vent and the one for the vent under the firebox. That is usually located on the ashtray door. If either of these are closed when starting a fire, the stove will probably smoke. Atmospheric pressure. One of the reasons that it's often overlooked with this problem is atmospheric pressure, if this is the right expression. For instance, when it's about to rain, it's much harder to start a fire. Then you'll probably notice the stove spilling smoke, although everything else is okay. Draft within the house. The final reason on this list is something from personal experience. If you have a serious draft in the room where the stove is located, the fire is harder to start and the stove will smoke. The draft is caused, for instance, when the door and the window on the room are wide open at the same time. The draft affects air circulation within the room, and this then affects the air circulation within the stove. As you may have concluded, the key element for solving a smoking stove problem is air circulation. Without proper air circulation, there is no proper fire in the stove, there will be just smoke and a weak fire all the time. So keeping your stove, stovepipes, and the chimney clean is crucial for avoiding this problem. Also, know how to properly use a wood-burning stove and know that the outside elements can also affect will the fire start and will the stove smoke. So that's it for this time. We hope the video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.